Welcome. We are live. My name is Jay Hill. I am the host of Studio 6 Paranormal Podcast with my co-host Shane Feet and our esteemed guests, David Childers and Kristin Joy. Thank you for coming. We really
Yeah, thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much. This will be
Yeah.
fun.
Yes, it will be.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. First off, I'd like to say that even though I'm not at the mansion tonight just because I have an event going on, but I'm still in this glorious weather outside. So this is going to be a good show. So first, why don't you guys introduce yourselves to our fans that watch this and who don't know who you are, which I'm pretty sure that a lot of people do know
Yeah,
you,
they
but
probably should.
they probably should. If they don't, they're probably living under a rock.
Yeah,
But
something like that.
but yeah, go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell us what you're all about.
Well, you first, my love.
No,
Would you like me to go
after
first?
you. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. After you.
Okay.
I have a much smaller, resume
Oh,
or
Lord.
rap sheet, whatever you want to call it, than he does.
Rap
So
sheet.
you can go first.
Well, I'm David Childers. I am founder of Mississippi Paranormal Research Institute, co-founder of Grey Dream Expeditions, and with my lovely girl right here, she's also co-founder of Grey Dream. Well, been in the field for 21 years, I think. 20.
I don't know why you're looking at me. I don't know how long you've been.
I don't either. Hell, I forgot my last birthday. I mean, really, I totally forgot it. But I've been in the field for a while now, and we hold events, just like every other, investigator out there holds events for the public to come in and be the ghost hunter for the night, and basically go over, how to use the equipment, certain situations, how dangerous it could be, how fun it could be. I mean, basically that's about it. I mean,
Yep.
that's really about it, huh? Yeah, that's about it. No, but I've had the pleasure over the years to film with some amazing people in the field. Multiple locations. I mean, that's
So you feel blessed.
yeah. I'm very, very blessed. Very blessed,
Good.
and that's really enough about me. I mean,
Okay, Kristin, you're up.
Kirsten,
Look at
Kirsten.
So
Kirsten.
you know what? All jokes aside, I actually would not expect anybody to know who I am. We have a little bit of a different coming into this sort of passion or field or whatever you want to call it. So
Right.
I grew up in the New Jersey, Pennsylvania area until only a year ago. And I literally been by myself my entire life. So I haven't had I want to say pleasure, because honestly, over the last year, it's been truly a pleasure to meet and become immersed in like these big groups of new people and make new friends and everybody in this calling. There's not a whole lot of that where I grew up. Actually, there's not a following for this. So I sort of say that I grew up not in a depressing way. I didn't even become interested right away in like the ghost side of stuff. I sort of have been obsessed just with death and the afterlife my whole life and what happens after you pass away and stuff like that. And I've had lots of experiences. And so my whole life consists of, I'm like the bookworm. I devoured every single book I could find. I went to every single seminar meeting.
Oh, she's like me.
Yeah, I went to.
I'm the bookworm. I'm the nerd.
I really didn't even start investigating until I was in my 20s. It was more research. It was just, I was so enamored with, more the scientific side of it. And, then, like I said, I in my 20s kind of started just on my own, no group, no friends, nothing, just started going out on my own, investigating, by myself. And then only a year ago, moved to New England and just dove head first into hundreds and thousands of people that just love to do this and, made lots of great friends and stuff like that. So I mean, we kind of make jokes that he's been sort of actively involved in it for sort of 15, 20 years, whatever. And for 15 years, I've been doing it by myself. So we sort of joined forces and now we're just kind of going about it together from this point on. But nobody would know my name at all because I've been by myself my whole life. So yeah, and that's fine. So yeah, that's pretty much my story.
All right. That's a good story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about a little bit about your team. How did that come about, David? That you decided that, hey, I'm going to put this team together, and this is what I'm going to do, and you know, like success wise, I mean, it seems like your success for that has just been off the charts.
Well, with Gray Dream
Yeah.
Expedition.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, well, before I moved up here to New Hampshire with her, of
mhm.
course, I've lived in Mississippi. I mean, you can tell by my accent. I got
Yeah,
Right.
I can tell you're from the South somewhere.
But I do not have a Jersey accent, so.
No, you don't.
Okay.
You have a
No.
Michigan sound, actually.
Yeah.
Oh God, really?
Well, I live in Michigan, and I hear Michigan people, and you just sound like another Michigan person.
Okay, all right,
You don't have the Jersey sound.
that's
Yeah,
right.
that oh, April Brissett's not gonna like that, man.
Well, sorry, you know.
Yeah.
No, basically, I mean, we were just sitting here. We were, talking and sort of, dating. Well, we were dating at the time.
Yeah.
Whenever we talked about it, yeah. But I was just left work, and we were just sitting here talking on the phone. And I was like, you know what? Let's start our own team. She was like, ooh, let's do that. And next thing you know, she can. Or was it opposite? Or did you come?
No, you're right. Yeah, and it's kind of funny because he came from, he had Mississippi Paranormal. That was all his. And
Okay.
I actually have my own Vision Through the Veil Paranormal. That's all mine. And we started talking about doing something together. And we just kind of dove into this concept of, what's funny is I probably should write something down because I don't even know that I could explain it to you guys, but it's sort of that it's not so much based on paranormal. It's more that why we called it gray dreams is sort of that state between what's real and what's not. Sometimes you don't know if you're dreaming, if you're not, if this is real life. Sometimes when you have that moment when you're in a place, everything gets sort of gray and fuzzy and you're not sure if something's actually happening or you're imagining it, or sometimes you wake up from a dream and you don't know if it was real or if it's something
right.
And we kind of talked about that state when it's raining and gray outside and the energy just electrifies everything and you sort of don't really know what's truthfully spiritual and what's not. And we kind of got this concept of gray dreams, like how you feel when something's happening to you and you're not really, it's
a very
so
good analogy.
profound when something's actually happening that you're not really sure. So we called it gray dreams, and it's just more about going out there and trying to find the truth and not so much, publicity and stuff like that. Just trying to find like what the truth is. So
that was probably
expedition thing. We didn't want paranormal.
we didn't want paranormal in our name. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was kind of another question I was going to ask you, how you came up with that, but you answered it beautifully. So now I know. I mean, I love the name. The name is great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, is there something that you have done recently that you guys want to talk about that you had a great success with?
Well, I mean, we've been to a few places ever since I moved up here. SK Pierce Haunted Mansion. That was a good location. That was real good. There was experiences there that, was definitely interesting. We had one of the doors shut to the staircase, and it sounded like while we were doing what were we doing? Oh no, we were just asking questions. We were doing an EVP session.
Spirit box.
Yeah, the Echo Box. Yeah, and it sounded like somebody walked down the stairs and right at the door, and I'm like, "Are you shitting me? Did this really happen? Oh my god, dude, what?" So I'm sitting here, I'm listening. She comes over there, she's listening, and we didn't have anything else happen. Everybody was downstairs.
Yeah, the funny thing is I always make the joke that even though I've been just obsessed with this stuff my whole life, if you're with me, I always make the joke, you won't see or hear anything. Nothing ever really happens to me. I'm searching.
I have that trouble.
I'm searching for that holy grail, and nothing really ever happens.
Nothing happens to me.
I will say, like, when we did this investigation at SK Pierce, I mean, it was one of the, I've never really had, that's a very, very active location. And it was one of the best that I ever had because we had an active spirit box session going on with the door to the third floor. And we could literally hear someone walking around and the box kept saying, open the door, come on up. And I started rolling with it, which I usually don't, I'm not used to.
Right,
and I was like, I am not opening that door. If someone's up there, knock on this door. And it said, no, open the door. And I said, I'm not opening the door. You knock on the door. And we just kept arguing back and forth. And it was really, I mean, it was crazy because I usually don't have that active stuff sort of happen to me. It was really awesome. So, we did that. And then we did the Hawthorne Hotel in Salem. That place was
cool.
Yeah, Salem.
Yeah, I heard that place is really awesome.
Yeah, it was. We had some experiences there, but a lot of it we were able to debunk because there was a lot of people there. But some of it we weren't really able to, especially oh man, especially whenever I think it was, me, you, Stormy, and Justin. I think Stormy started picking up on something coming in. It was like it's picking up on the spirit or something like that. And next thing you know, the freaking REM pod started going off. The K2 started going off, all at the same time. I was like, I mean, it blew our mind. It was like
we were at a little bit of a disadvantage at this recent location because there was a wedding going on, literally right above us, and it was really, I mean, it was almost impossible. Like anytime we tried to get anything, there were people stumbling downstairs with drinks in their hands, like laughing. They were coming down looking for restrooms. There was noise. It was really hard to get anything, but
a lot of contamination.
It was, but it was somehow, I mean, I felt horrible, but somehow the people that came had an awesome time. They said that they loved it. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I don't know. I think we found a way to make fun of it. Maybe there wasn't a lot of hardcore evidence that we got, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was definitely some interesting experiences. Yeah. And, the thing is, whenever, a lot of people, they come to these events, they want to experience something. But, I mean, we tell them in the very beginning, hey, look, it's not like on TV, all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
This and that. It's not like, And so it's like it's a hit and miss situation. It's like fishing. You throw out a line, you reel it in, and you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah. Most of it consists of sitting in the dark and waiting and not always getting anything. And it's.
Talking to yourself. Ask yourself questions and going back and listen to yourself, ask yourself questions. So
Yeah, I was actually on an investigation. I had an event at the Maxwell Mansion for a gallery reading, and then after that, I had drove up an hour and a half at midnight to a ghost tour investigation, and he said the same thing to these people. He's like, it's not like on TV, and you could probably sit in here for 2 hours and get nothing.
Well, they filmed for like days sometimes to get a half an hour program,
and to get a half hour. And there were people there that were generally expecting to see something or hear something, and they were really kind of annoyed. And it was like, you were told this beforehand. It's like, what do you expect? And there's some of them left early, and I'm like, that's
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, if we could all like produce something in the moment, we would all be, living in
I wouldn't have to have
right.
I mean, we can't do that. And that's what I always make sure I tell people that, like, if you really want realistic of how it actually happens, most likely, I mean, we're going to try for something, but we may not get anything. And that's just how it is. And, it's.
I told somebody this today on a post. I said basically, and I think David, you posted underneath me on a post about mass element, and I said the other side, the spirit world, is too unpredictable. You can't. There's no rhyme or reason, basically.
Yeah, they don't have to cooperate.
They don't have. Yeah, exactly.
Or they might not even be there that day.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Exactly. So it's kind of like
hauntings. It could be a residual haunt. Intelligent haunt. I mean, you don't know. You never know. I mean, most of the best evidence I've ever collected was during the daytime. And because the daytime, you think about the daytime is whenever that's whenever people are active. That's whenever
most of the time when I do investigations, we don't even turn the lights off.
Like in hospitals, it's the same way. I mean, when was the most active?
Yeah.
Well, plus, and also, you have no idea how the time
for them
translates between these two. Just because we're asking a question doesn't mean in the next 10 seconds we're going to get an answer. That's why sometimes 45 minutes later you might get an answer, and you don't know what the answer is to what question. I mean, you don't know how it translates. So it's
And it's just like different people. Here on this plane, it's like different people on the other side, depending if they crossed or not, and whatever their energy is, maybe they don't have the kind of energy or they even care to communicate, you know what I mean? So it's just so there's so many different factors in that it's not a meat and potatoes investigation. It's not. There's more to it, and a lot of people who love the paranormal and love all that and watch all the shows that's great. You know, I mean, yeah, those shows are entertaining, and you know, some of those shows are legit, and you know, there's I would say not. I would say a lot of them are, you know, they're pressed for time in that, you know, I mean, they kind of compress everything into that half hour or whatever it is,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know, but most of that can be like Shane said, a 2-day investigation,
Yeah.
you know, and you get half hour worth of stuff, and people eat it up, and that's what networks like, is that, you know, the ratings, this
Yep.
and that, and, which is fine. To each his own. You know, I'm
Which is
not
why you
saying,
probably won't ever
yeah.
see me because my investigations are so boring. They'd have to film for a month to get anything.
That's me.
Yeah, right.
That's me.
Yeah.
Me
That's
and
me.
Kirsten
I
should
mean,
go on an investigation sometime just so we can sit in the dark,
Yeah.
wait for something to happen.
Yeah. Right. So, let's talk a little bit about the equipment that you guys use. Do you have anything in particular? Are you kind of like the less better, or you have a large array of different?
I'll let you answer, but I'm definitely less is better. But you can
I mean,
answer
I'm the
first,
same
yeah.
way. I don't like lugging all that shit around anyway. But
Right.
I mean,
No shit.
and then less batteries too. I mean, we spend a
Yep.
fortune on freaking batteries.
That's expensive.
And I mean, you don't want to sit here and overwhelm yourself when on an investigation. You're sitting here looking at this. Oh yeah, let's pull out this. I mean, just stick to a certain items that actually that you believe in, that you get the most evidence out of, that you're more comfortable with. Now, I mean, we use SLS,
Right.
which I like the SLS because I get to see crazy stuff, but I wouldn't use it as hardcore evidence. SLS,
Yeah, I would say the jury's out for me on that one.
Mhm.
Yeah. SLS, voice recorders, cameras, just, you know, night vision. I mean, K2. It's not really, we don't go to like blow everything out of the water. You know, tri-field meter, I like that because it has all kinds of AC, DC access. It got everything wrapped up in one. But there's stuff we just go in there and just do it like that. I mean, my favorite piece of equipment is a voice recorder and a camera and video camera. That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my absolutely like 1,000% voice recorder is my top. It's all I'm ever really interested in. In fact, I kind of just run around places in the dark with my voice recorder.
That's what my wife does.
Even when I'm supposed to be, you know, being a team player and being social, I tend to just disappear and sit somewhere with my voice recorder.
That's my wife.
I love it. And the thing is,
it's a girl thing.
I don't knock, you know, I'm open to any equipment. It's all great. I've used it all and I have it all. But even just anything you're using, like a laser grid, an SLS, an infrared camera, a blink camera, anything you're using is subscribing to the fact that you're hoping to capture an apparition of some type, which it's not very common that people go on these ghost hunts and capture something running through a laser grid, you know, full bodied. Like, I'm not saying it can't happen, but it's not very often. But my greatest success, for whatever reason, has always been with a voice recorder, and either just leaving it somewhere or just sitting somewhere and trying to converse. And I don't know if maybe it's easier for, you know, I don't know, them to converse that way, but I love the voice recorders. I think that's the greatest sense of validation when, you know, even when you're not with people, when you're alone in a room somewhere and you're asking a question and then you get a sentence or something. That's, I mean, I think that's like the greatest, that's the greatest feeling. And I just love cameras and I love my voice recorder. I do like to use a spirit box. I know it's very controversial. People have different opinions on spirit boxes, but I'm also very specific with one that I don't think that every word you get or every sentence you get is necessarily relevant. I think that every 1 out of 100 responses, it's something that's very, very relevant. Maybe something, you know, if I hear my name, I know my name is not on the radio somewhere. I'm not wanted anywhere as far as I know. So, you know, if I hear my full name, that's something that's you know, it's going to resonate.
That's probably legit. Yeah.
But,
you know, but like you were talking about your EVPs and like your voice recorder, I've purchased probably a slew of different ones. I've tried out a lot of them, but the best one that I use is on the one on my phone.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've heard a lot of people say that.
Sound is sound. I mean, if it picks it up, it picks it up. If it don't, it don't.
Right. You know, and I just, it's easy to use on my phone, and I've caught, you know, some good EVPs in a cemetery before, and you know, clear as day, and it's just, and it's handy. I have it in my hand. I could use it, you know, But there's other ones. I like the smaller ones too. But you know, me being a medium, it's kind of like, yeah, I'd like to use a voice recorder, but there again, I kind of know what's there.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So it's kind of like I do or I don't. You know what I mean. So, but usually I like to have somebody there that can validate that as well. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And I mean, there's also other equipment too. I mean, the old school stuff. Old school stuff is amazing. Even getting a tripod, fishing line with a pencil at the end of it, and get the pencil lead to barely touch it. You know, the paper,
Sure.
A Furby, an untrained Furby.
Those things are freaky too.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah, they are.
I have one of those little robots that can record and sense and all that, move around and all that. I haven't used it yet because I bought it, thought, hey, I'm going to use this, and then never used it.
I literally just told a friend of mine a couple weeks ago because she was very adamant that she was finding like footprints on her tile floor, either wet or steam or whatever you want to call it, footprints.
Right.
I said, lay down some baby powder, lay down some powder. I mean,
absolutely.
Like if you are there's some crazy stuff going on with her, but I'm like, if you are adamant that something is definitely physically walking on your floor, lay down some baby powder.
Yeah, you'll see it.
You know, get your cats out of the room. You know, like get them out. But you know, lay down some baby powder. Go old school sometimes. That's a great thing to do.
Lay down some Legos. You'd really hear a ghost scream.
Yeah, when they step on it.
That's awesome.
That is
awesome. I've seen videos of, you know, baby powder being used, and you know, and that's a fantastic idea. You know, I mean, and some of these videos that I've seen now, I want your opinion on you guys. I want your opinion on this. I mean, I think that like YouTube and all that has kind of exploded with videos of so-called proof, and I had a lot of it. Yeah, it looks pretty legit. There's some of it that I just have to take with a grain of salt. I'd like your guys' opinion.
I don't have the highest faith in people. So my thought is not even that. Can I try to figure out if it might be natural elements or something spiritual? Like, is it the wind? Is it the pipes? Is it the, you know, do they have, you know, something like that versus paranormal? My thought goes right to, how do I know this is not rigged? I tend to be very doubtful. Yeah, I tend to be very doubtful of videos when someone says, I have captured something, because think of all of us that spend our lives trying to do this. And, you know, not to say that some people don't live in super active houses. I definitely think that happens.
Right.
But my mind just tends to say, I would need to go there and look at it myself, or I would need to do some research. I really don't know. I mean, I would need to know for sure that they're not rigging this somehow. I don't know. I mean, I tend to be really skeptical about it, to be honest. I mean, you know,
I mean, I totally agree with you, because that's so funny, because I was looking at stuff today I found on Reddit about paranormal experiences, this and that. And I was looking at all this stuff, and some of it, I was like, "Oh, that was creepy as hell. How did they do that? You know, could it be real?" Right. But I mean, most of them were overseas, though. You know,
Right.
The problem is with computers and stuff. It's so easy to fake.
It's so easy to do it. I mean, I've done.
Cell phone apps can do it.
On our videos, I'll sit here and I'll play with stuff, and this is cool effect, blah 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 blah. You know, it does look real.
But I will say that that's also, I think, part of our, either our passion or our burden, depends on what you want to call it. I'll say burden, is that I do think that some people can be skeptical to death. Like, you have to also have faith and believe that some people are going through something. If you believe in this, you believe in it. You have to pick a lane. You can't think that everything is fake, you know, and I have, you know, conversed with some people where I'm seeing something where I think, okay, if someone was asking for my help in this case, this is one I think I would go. And they are just ripping it to shreds and saying, well, it could be, it's far-fetched ideas about how something's not paranormal. And I'm thinking, you have to have some belief that some people, the greatest stories that we read about and follow back to the, you know, 50s, 60s, the most famous stories in the world of people just in their houses having experiences. And if no one believed them and no one went and no one looked into this, we might not even know about it. And so, you know, I think sometimes you can be skeptical to death. And I'm like, you have to just have some faith.
You got
know?
to take kind of a leap of faith and just say,
Yes,
okay, this
exactly.
could be,
Yeah.
and for whatever reason, because I tell you, if you're that much of a skeptic, then you're definitely in the wrong business or wrong house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean,
So-
nobody believed.
I
Nobody
think
believed
80-20 is a
number
good
one.
number.
Yeah. 80-20 is a good number.
That's
he
my
said.
normal. I'm 80% skeptic, 20% believing.
I mean, Ed
Yeah,
and Lorraine,
and-
whenever they did those, the hauntings and stuff, nobody believed that family. Nobody believed.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know? And
Yeah.
They took a chance. They went out there and they got crazy evidence. I mean,
And I
Right.
think that's the hardest thing sometimes in this field is, 99% of the movies that we love to watch portray this perfectly, which is, it's almost like, and I heard it today. Well, I don't know. We were watching something today, paranormal, and I heard the guy say it, and I said, "You're absolutely right." It's like you spend your whole life looking for something, but what he said was, when you actually capture a piece of groundbreaking evidence, you're scared shitless to actually show it because people are going to say, you're crazy. You should be
They're going to
committed.
tear it
This is not
apart.
right.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fake. You're lying. And it's kind of like that hot potato. Like, what do we look for it, but when you actually think you find something, people say you're lying or you're insane, or maybe you're on medication or you're drunk or you're, and it's kind of like you have to find that happy medium between, and try to have some faith in
and
people.
even me, where I'm doing most of my stuff with statistics and math and things, when I see stuff, I don't even typically publish it a lot, because number one, people wouldn't even understand what the numbers mean, and number two, they all have this mass, that's just garbage, you're just getting noise, and it's like, okay, well, you come do the math, I got the instruments.
Right.
Math doesn't lie.
Yeah.
It's like, and I always say, I always say the most important tool ever, whether you're investigating or whether in your own home, it really doesn't matter, is your own body and your own senses and your own. But that again is the hardest thing to say, because you can say to someone, I know something's happening right now, or something's near me, or I saw something. And if nobody else experienced that, it's literally like, it's your word against that. It's
right.
It's just,
yeah.
Your body's going to tell you it's going to be flight or fight. Your body's going to tell you, hey, look, something's going on. I've got to go.
Yeah.
Or but yet, like you were saying, the different emotions. You could be, your emotions to be high. Oh my gosh, I'm really scared. And you'll see something. You'll hear something. I mean, it's just like looking at a cloud, thinking it's a dragon. Somebody else is an elephant.
That's the best probably analogy right there. I mean, that's just, I think you hit that right on the head. I mean, that's people want it. What's that word that people look for, that you can make something, there's something that makes something out of nothing, and then you makes your brain think that you actually see. That's what it is. Yep.
I mean, I call it mind matrixing, because I can't say the word.
I can't say it either.
The hard thing too is, if I've always really believed this, that we can all experience different things at different times. I mean, if there's a person in a house where at some point the entity, or whatever you want to call it, experience some sexual harassment or trauma of that, and the person there has also gone through that in their life, they may have some sort of experience or some kind of bond with the spirit, or feel what that spirit felt, or see something where the other 20 people in the room might not pick up on anything, because there isn't that common ground. If someone has been like there's things you mesh sometimes, energies, and I've always believed that. So that's the thing, is if someone in my group says they're feeling something, I don't discount it, because you don't know what they
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Lindy, how you doing, Lindy?
Kirsten, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Kirsten, okay.
Yes.
I'm getting a sense that you're somewhat gifted.
I'm just laughing because I have so many people say that to me all the time, and I think
it's true. So just it's very
and I've
true.
experienced only the opposite. I want so badly to.
Hey, me too. Me too.
I have never. I can truthfully, like I have never had any sense that I have any kind of. You know what? Actually, I won't say that. When I was very young, I would say up to 10 years old, I have a book of things I could tell you that I thought something was there was more to me, I guess. And since I was 10, nothing. I don't feel any kind of extra.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well,
it's
partially because of the fact that what I see in you is this big, huge, massive block of a wall. And whatever happened in your life, that's your deal. But I mean, you're focused on the whole, investigations. But I mean, I think that you personally, you have a great voice to talk to people. And when you talk to people, I mean, when you like reach to people and people want to talk to you about investigation or tell you, this is what's happening here, this is what's happening here. I would see that the skeptic kind of comes out in you a little bit, and you were like, okay, can you, verify this or do that? You know what I mean? Just to kind of get that. You are a very good interviewer. Do you talk to people when you do that? When you go to a haunted location and people give you, like, hey, this happened here and this happened here, and you're the first person to say, okay, what about this or what about that?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
that's the way
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. That's.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to read you, but this is just natural for me. This is what I do.
No, it's okay. You're right.
Okay. So, yeah. So I just feel that you're really good at interviewing people like that. I mean, you're like interviewing people, and even if they're making stuff up, you'll find out. You'll know. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and that in itself is a gift. So connecting with people is a gift. But yeah, I mean, you have other gifts too. But yeah, whatever your blockade is, yeah, once that gets removed, then David, hold on.
I've actually been. It's funny because I have a friend that lately has been messaging me. Just we talk. She doesn't live anywhere near me, but has been messaging me and saying that my spirit guides are extremely wanting to be sort of in contact with me and stuff like that. And she said the same thing to me. She said, you have this huge wall up, and I fully admitted to it. Well, you know what? I mean, I can only take a guess, but I laughed and I said, for someone who's been doing this my whole life, I said, up until I was probably 15 or 20, I always felt like they were around me. And I literally kept saying my entire life, please don't show yourself. Don't appear. Don't speak to me. Don't do anything. Because I always lived by myself. And I said, I'll pass out. I'll be scared. I'll die. I'll be in my car. I think they're next to me. Don't show yourself because I'll crash my car. And I said, I think I spent so many years saying, don't, that now I'm here going, please come to me, talk to me. I want to see you. I want to converse. And she says, well, it's going to take a little bit. She goes, because you spent so many years saying, go away. So.
We create our own barriers in that sense. And because the fact of who you are and being gifted like that, what you were doing eventually was creating that very easily. Where some people who don't feel gifted, like Shane, who says that he thinks he's as gifted as a rock.
It's true.
It's true.
I say it all the time.
Gifted as a rock.
Don't laugh. It's terrible.
Go ahead, laugh. I can take it. I got thick skin.
Yeah, right. So, it was easy for you to put up that barrier. You did it effortlessly. Now it's just something that you could probably take down with a little work. But you've had other people tell you that. Probably a lot of people tell you that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, picture it like this. It's like 10 people standing outside your door, everybody knocking. And then you're like, okay, do I let them in or do I not let them in? And but you got this big, huge door there that you're just like, once you open that door, things will look different. Things will change. Things will look different. Yeah, your spirit guides are probably frustrated going, really? Seriously?
That door off the hinges, be like there.
Right. Yeah.
Really, that's just like me as a person, by the way. Go away, get the hell out of here. No, come back.
Right.
Talk to me.
Right. So that the reason why I'm not picking on you, but I am picking on you is because of the fact that my guide said, you see other gifted people. Mediums and gifted people see other gifted people. It's just the way it works. And with you, I see that, and my guide was like, you're going to have to tell her. And I'm like, really?
Oh my gosh.
You know,
You're not the first one to say that to me. And I love hearing it. I hope it helps me to like, because like I said, I don't see it in myself, but I hope, if you're not the first or 10th person to tell me that. So I hope.
okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when David, when it comes to fruition that, she wakes up, I'm going to tell you right now that you're in for a ride like you would believe.
You're going to have to connect her all the sensors so we can get some data.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll hook her up.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we can unlock that. Yeah. So, yeah, no, it's just, part of being in this, there's a reason why both of you have been in this type of field. You have something to offer to somebody. And just like I have something to offer, and Jane does. I mean, it's, we're all trying to find the truth, and we're all trying to discover within ourselves, because not only do we learn other things about the paranormal, we also learn a lot of stuff about ourselves.
Right,
and
yeah.
that
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
that actually helps us become better people, more positive people. I mean, there are some things that get dredged up from the past that we've never dealt with, that paranormal field kind of helps to dredge that up for us, and then we can deal with it accordingly. So I think, and you two have a very strong connection together. I mean, like, really strong. So, and I see that, which is a beautiful thing, especially people, duo paranormal people, that like to do things together, which is very important.
Yeah.
So, kudos to you guys. I mean, I do wish you the best of success, because the way you guys are heading right now, yeah, hold on to your hats. Yeah, hold on to your hats. That's what I'm.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. I appreciate
That is so
Yeah.
sweet. And you know what? I love that you say that even more, because I really, I don't know how to, I'm sure that everyone in the world says about this field, there's drama and there's negativity, and I don't want any part of it, and I stay away from it. But I think a lot of the people that say that are actually the ones that feed into it.
Mhm.
And I truthfully 1,000%. In fact, I argue with people about this all the time, because I say, I'm really not in this for, I don't care if anybody knows my name. I don't care if I'm ever on anything. I don't care if I do anything public. I don't care. That's not why I'm in this. And the negativity sometimes just really gets to me. Like, and I don't use this as any kind of crutch, but I went through cancer in my life and overcame it. And ever since then, I cannot stand to be around like very negative people that just are super nasty and negative and hateful. And it really gets to me, because I can't, I mean, it will physically affect me. I'll have to leave a room if someone
That's an emotional vampire for you.
Yeah,
right there.
exactly.
Yes,
And so I really, some of the crap that I see going back and forth between people, I wish people could remember why we're in this.
Why you're actually doing it.
It's not about the crap. It's about, just trying to find something that, I mean,
right. I mean,
I just think
we're all in this together.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole thing about it. It's not like territory. Oh, wait, Michelle. Hey, Michelle.
Yeah.
But we're all in this together, man. We're all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
We're all, I mean, all of us, we have different kind of, set skills on what we're doing in the paranormal field. We like holding events. We like people to come in and enjoy it. We also help people, make their house feel like a home. I mean, it's nothing about the territory, this, that, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's ridiculous. There's so many places out there. You can investigate one place 1,000 times and still, get evidence. It's fun. It's the hunt. A lot of people don't like hearing, ghost hunter, which I don't care about the word either, but I like paranormal investigator. But we are. I mean, that's what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So
that.
I mean, it's just
Really?
it's basically it goes back to people, when you were talking about Ed and Lorraine, I mean, their genuine consensus was to help people. When they were in need of it and nobody believed them, that's who they went to. I mean, how many times did that actually happen, where that they, even if they were ridiculed, even if Ed and Lorraine were ridiculed, they did not care, because the fact that they were not in it to be famous. They were in it to be, they were their genuine feeling was, we got to help these people when nobody else would help them, you know?
Exactly.
And that is that's where I feel that I want to be able to contribute to people and their lives. And my motto, ever since I was little, was always, you know, if I could change, I wanted to be a musician, by the way, which that I was kind of on the right path, but I was kind of way off base. But eventually, once I got to that point where I loved helping people, I realized, I said, if I could speak to one person and change their life to the positive, or help them in something, then I've done everything, you know, possibly that I feel that I could do. You know, then it was all worth it. Then it was one person, one family, one, you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, people that argue and bicker over, well, this TV show, or hey, you know, I want to be on TV and this is what I'm doing to get there. I'm like,
they're just
missing the mark. Yeah, you're totally missing the mark. You know?
They are. And the thing is I grew up, I mean, for all their controversy and their judgment, I grew up a huge fan of Ed and Lorraine Warren. And the thing is again, I mean, I think it's subjective in a lot of cases. Like you again, none of us in this field have ever been able to, on a silver platter, say, I can prove everything to you 1,000%. Here it is.
Right.
If we could, it wouldn't be this field that people are investigating. And I truly do believe that they did want to help people and did their absolute best.
Oh, of course. Absolutely.
And gave their life to that. And I mean, I respect them highly. And that's always what I've tried to do we make a joke, like we've been compared to them, but I'm compared to Ed and he's compared to Lorraine, because I am like the researcher, the one that dives into the books and says, I have no extra sensitive skills, anything like that, but I'm just going to tell you what I know. And he is sort of the one that feels like sometimes he gets feelings about things or is sensitive in certain ways and can tell you things that way. So we're like reversed. And no, oh my God! So you feel
secrets out,
right? Yeah. Well, because of the fact that he is empathic. I mean, he has that ability in him. I mean, so he's, and like I said, there is a reason why you guys are together. You know, I mean, revel in that. You know, it's a beautiful thing. So,
yeah.
Did you see what Michelle put?
Oh yeah, absolutely, Michelle. Yes. Hell, I mean, shit. Me and Michelle's been friends on Facebook for like.
Where are you? Where is she? Where is she?
Yeah, we need to do an event.
No, where is she though? Actually,
she's in Nevada.
Okay.
Nevada. Yeah.
We're going there anyway.
Okay.
Hey. Oh, there you go. We're going. Oh yeah. We're taking a trip.
Is that the Vulture Con, or what Paracon is that? Vulture City.
Oh.
I don't know.
Or is that the Las Vegas one?
I think the Las Vegas one.
I think it is the Las Vegas.
We're not. Yeah, we're taking a trip. We're taking a trip actually to go see Zach's.
I want to see the haunted museum so.
Oh, that would be cool.
Hell,
so bad.
No.
I'd like to put my sensor board in there.
Come on, yes.
No. I know what's there. No way would I step foot.
Yeah, you would be drained.
Okay, wait.
I would instantly.
See, I would go in there blazing with my board ready to go. Have every sensor in the whole room hooked up, and the computer would be on.
But to be totally honest, I fully want to go. Take the paranormal out of it completely. I just want to go for my obsession with serial killers and true crime, and he has a room full of memorabilia from serial killers, and I really want to go for that.
Yeah. Dave, I'm with you on that one. I see.
Yeah, you better watch out, buddy.
I see the expression on your face.
He knows about it. He knows.
Yeah. I mean, no thanks. Yeah, no thanks.
Her and my parasist, Heather Childers. They're doing a crime cast.
Next month we're actually starting like a crime cast just about true crime, no paranormal, just about.
That's cool.
Killers.
Oh, congrats! Yeah, you've got the voice for it. So,
I'm so excited. I'm like probably way more excited than I should be. I'm gonna order a lot of crime tape and like a lot of stuff. I'm really excited.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I talked to Michelle yesterday, and she's telling you guys to come to Virginia City. I will take you on an adventure. Now, I've been drawn to Virginia City for a long time, and it's just So
Heck,
Virginia City?
Yeah, you should take her up on that.
Where is it? Where's Virginia City?
In Nevada.
Oh, okay.
Nevada.
That's a long drive.
Nevada.
It is.
Totally fly.
I know, yeah, we would fly. Yeah, we're flying. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Totally flying.
That'd probably be a 5-hour flight. Wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
No. It's better than
you guys are in New England, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, talking about the colonial states, what is your probably favorite place that you like to visit? Not even to investigate, but just to go.
I know mine.
Mine's the Hawthorne. Did I say it right?
Yeah, you did.
Oh my God.
He cannot pronounce the Hawthorne Hotel. I'm not even making fun of you. Like every time he says it, he has to think about, because he'll be like the Hawthorne, or he'll be like,
I don't say it like that.
Yes, you do.
He's got the slight southern drawl. He's okay.
He's all right.
Yeah.
The hotel in Salem, Mass.
Fine.
Yeah,
Hawthorne. Say it like a Jersey. Hawthorne. There you go.
Yeah, hotel. Yeah. I mean, that place, that's one of my favorite places. I mean, it really is. You know, there's a lot of places up here that are, that are awesome. The James House. We haven't investigated that, but we're investigating that next week. The James House is in New Hampshire.
So my favorite location, without hesitation at all, is the Conjuring House in Harrisville, Rhode Island. And I suggest that everybody, if it's the last thing you do, please make a trip to the Conjuring House. It is absolutely amazing, dude. Like it is.
Whenever we investigated there, well, not me and her, but it's me, Stormy, and Justin, and Storm. They were filming for Spooky Bay's paranormal show, and I was one of the guests. We investigated that place. That place was so insane. I have never seen 3 apparitions, full body apparitions, in one location. There was so much stuff that went on that night. It was truly amazing. There was shit there that I've seen I haven't seen in years and never seen before. Right. But I mean, it's extremely active. It totally is. I mean,
and I had the unbelievable opportunity, just being in the groups of friends that I fell into, just friends I was making and stuff like that, to spend months at a time at that house. And it is absolutely insane. And I agree with a lot of people have said this, that I don't even want to say portal, but that house it's not just spirits. There's something with either the land or the fact that it's on the type of stone that it's built on, the water underneath it. They people have seen everything from extraterrestrials to ghosts to demonic entities to everything in that house. And I think it's some sort of, and to be fair, I had my most peaceful moments at that house. It's not scary to me at all, but it's an absolutely gorgeous place to be. But I think it's one of the most active places I've ever been. I mean, I spent nights there where I would literally just lay a recorder like 3 floors up in a bedroom and leave the recorder for an hour at a time, go outside, not even be in the house, get the recorder. And my friend and I would play it back and just have noises, screaming, full sentences. We would lay it up there again, leave the house, come back and get it. It's crazy. I mean, it's a really good location.
It's like a freaking, it's like a paranormal subway, a train station.
Yeah.
Really. Okay. So much shit going in and out. It's like, hey, look, this is a place we're going to stop and get a drink, and like an airport type thing. We're going to sit here and let's get back on the ride and go again. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually have that at the mansion where I do my podcast. It's that place I call it's kind of like a way station. We've had spirits come in and go out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I totally get that, what you're saying, and I can see that.
And I think a lot of the bed and breakfasts and any of those kind of hotels, bed and breakfasts, any of those where people came and went for, eons. Years.
Yeah.
It still stays. They come and go.
Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. True. Yeah. And especially, and a lot of people don't know this either, but, wood's a very good conduit. I mean, it absorbs a lot of energy, and I mean, you get a lot of residuals, but there's just, especially, wood that's that old. Can you imagine if the walls could talk? You know what I mean? I mean, it's just, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you really feel that. Like I mean, I love history.
Right.
Take the paranormal out of it. I love history. I visited, many historical locations, most of them in the United States, and I've never gone into a place and really felt like when you're standing in that house, you feel it. Like you feel, like you just said, the wood and the ground and everything.
Yep.
You feel how old it is and all the history that's happened there. I mean, I've never had a location affect me as much as that location. And I mean positively, not negatively. Like I love that place. I would buy it in a second if I could. I just love it. It's amazing. I mean, it's great.
Yeah,
but
and the people that own it now are pretty cool, I guess, too.
They are. They're amazing. They're awesome. I mean, they love it. I know there's so many people that just kind of pull up on the side of the road and sort of try to take pictures. They invite them onto the property. They let them take pictures. They will give you the stories. They're amazing people. They really are. It's
cool.
The night we were there, I know we had like 20 people sit here and pull up on the side of the road and in the bushes, the trees, trying to take pictures.
And they'll say, you don't have to do that. You can come onto the property.
Right.
We actually there was a person there that was actually looking over the place at the time, and me and that person had to go to the end of the road and shut the gate because people started pulling in. We were about to investigate.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love the place too.
I
The
love
place
it.
is just crazy. And they actually, I mean, supposedly, back then, that was back in December of last year. But supposedly they actually found graves buried on the property.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, that's what this person was telling me. So, I mean, take it with a grain of salt. I don't know for sure because there's no hardcore evidence. But it was flagged, and I was like, that's even creepier, But
right. So
yeah, it's my favorite.
Oh, that's nice of Michelle.
Oh, Michelle,
thank you. Now I have to meet her.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She is so cool. Yeah. I mean, it was like I said, the show I did with her last night. She was fantastic. I mean, so yeah, you definitely want to, when you go out to Nevada, you definitely want to hook up with her, and she'll show you some great places. So
where's your favorite location? Dead silence, just like
no. Probably one of them is the Stanley Hotel.
Oh my gosh.
And Estes Park. I used to live in Colorado, so I've been in the mountains a couple times. I've been there twice, 2 or 3 times. Yeah, I love that place. I love the mountains. That's my retreat. That's my recharge, that and being around water and all that.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then you need to come to New England then.
Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, I've had, me and Shayna both have had great invitations from some of our guests that say, you got to come investigate with us. You got to come and hang out and do this. And I'm all for it. It's just finding the time to get off work and, and with everything being crazy again. And, so.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So talk a little bit, we have a little bit of time left. So talk a little bit about, let's say your scariest moment that you guys both had shared together.
Oh man.
Wow. Because she just said she doesn't get scared. So she's like,
together?
Whatever.
I don't know if we had one together, to be honest.
Yeah, we haven't had one together because, the reason is because I think that whenever we go in these locations, she has my back, I have her back.
Right.
We don't really
and Kristin isn't scared. She says she's not scared. So
no, she's not. She's not.
Did I say it? No,
you did.
I'm just going, blazing in there. I don't care what it is.
There's not a ghost out there that wants to piss this Jersey girl off. I can tell you that.
We don't want that.
But I mean, beside apart, I mean, I had my experiences, which was actually on Travel Channel, Haunted Hospitals, and also Paranormal 911 a while back. That was probably my most scariest because actually I had a couple of attachments, and it still bothers me today. But other than that, no scary.
Yeah,
scary. Getting scary.
I don't really. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't really think that I have any scary. I mean, my craziest moment where I had to actually question my own sanity and say, I don't really know if I'm scared or if I'm just thinking I'm going crazy or something, was actually at the Conjuring house one day when I was actually taking a shower, and you would have to know the way the downstairs bathroom is set up, but I kept hearing a knob. Like I kept hearing, they have latches on these old doors, and I kept hearing a knob, and I eventually thought that someone was trying to get in, and the house always had people in it. So I just thought, I was annoyed. So I got out in a towel, and I realized that it wasn't the main door from the bathroom that went into the house. There is another door that opens to nothing. It's just a wall now. It did open to something else, but it doesn't open to anything now. And I kept hearing something from behind the wall, and I thought, this is just, nothing. And as I was putting like the towel around me, I actually saw the knob go like this and try to turn.
Oh, wow.
And
Wow.
I actually stood there and went, I have to be hallucinating. Like that definitely did not happen. Like I have to be hallucinating. And I remember, I even like opened the door just to make sure there actually was a wall behind it. And maybe there wasn't like something like a rat or something there. And I shut it, and I literally saw the latch go like this and the knob move. And I went out the door into the house in a towel and told whoever was there that they need to come in the bathroom with me while I got dressed. And I was scared. And I don't know that I actually saw something not on video, in front of me, like on my eyes.
Right.
It was definitely something that freaked me out, but I don't think we've had a moment yet. It hasn't been, he's only been up here with me since March, since, yeah, it hasn't been that long.
I'm glad you brought that up about the Conjuring house, because whenever we investigated there was this one incident. Well, it was more than one incident, but me and Justin and Blade were downstairs. We were filming. We were investigating, and the girls were upstairs. I looked over at Justin. I was like, Justin, I'm getting something. I'm just not feeling too good about the girls being up there by themselves. Something's going on. Something's about to happen. Justin looked at me and was like, you know what? I'm feeling the same thing. We start walking up the steps, and next thing you know, we hear Stormy scream. And as soon as she did, the vehicle outside the Escalade, the alarm started going off. And keep in mind, Susan was out there. Susan, the haunted doll. Susan was in the back seat with the seatbelt on. Actually, she is Ed and Lorraine Warren doll. Well, she's back.
I think you have to tell them the whole. They're like, hold on, let me get like a notepad. Like I don't.
It'll be real quick. All right. But anyway, scream. We go running up. They open up the door. We come up behind them. The door of the Escalade, the back seat is wide open. Susan is laying on the ground. The alarm's still going off. She's out. The seatbelt was unbuckled. There was nobody else there. Wow. It was just that was the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Because they have cameras outside. It sucks that you didn't get they have cameras outside.
I know. I didn't know that. We could have went over the evidence with it, but I mean that was the craziest stuff because everybody was accounted for on the inside, upstairs, downstairs, and it just happened. It was like, what the
That is super awesome.
Yeah.
That is,
no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
It would be for me. I'd be like, I need to get sensors on this thing. That dial needs to be hooked up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You would see like a bunch of sensors everywhere.
Yeah, I'm a strange investigator. Nobody's ever investigates the way I do. So you guys will have to get together and you have to see some strange things.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how do you in 50 words or less? How do you investigate?
In 50 words or less.
So I use a single sensor board that has like 26 different sensors all at once, and a computer logs every sensor every second. And then I videotape and do audio as well. And then I go through, if I see something on the tape, I go to the sensors and see if that thing. And then I pull out the bits of information from those sensors and I run statistics. And we'll actually do tests, like blind tests. We're like, okay, we'll let a baseline run for 10 minutes. Then we'll ask a question and then wait some time for an answer, ask another question and do like that. Then we look in the data to see if they actually did the thing that we said. And of course, because it's a computer and it's not a person, there's no subjectivity.
Right,
now, that being said, we do statistically significant get stuff occasionally. I mean, mathematically, statistically, it shows up. And so when you've done that, that's pretty strong evidence, and you can't really fake it. I mean, it's not a thing because it's not subjective. A computer's logging it. You might not even be in the room. I mean, we've even done things like use a PowerPoint presentation. So it shows a picture on the screen. Is this a picture of an animal? Or is this a picture of a vehicle? Things like that. And so then the computer just plays that presentation. We go up and see each question. Did it line up? And, did they do the thing that we said, touch this sensor if yes, touch that sensor if no. And we actually will get occasionally statistically significant results, even on the double-blind studies. So, yeah, it's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like this.
That's
okay. Well, in a nutshell, I think we should investigate with you one day. That sounds really
and
interesting.
if you look through some of our previous shows, you'll see I did a whole show on the board and gave a demo. If you look through some of our previous, matter of fact, I'll probably do another tech talk again sometime here in the future.
Yep, you will. So yeah, most definitely. Well, I think that's about all the time we have tonight. So I want to thank our guests with Kirsten and David. And
yeah, you guys are fun. It's great.
Yeah,
you guys are fun.
No, this has been a good time. So I'm really happy that you guys were able to come on. And and you guys definitely got to get a hold of Michelle and and then when things happen where we can come out there, then we've definitely got to hook up and
you have a tour guide.
I'll bring the gadgets.
I'll be your tour guide. Yes, come to New England. Yes.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about where we could find you guys and like some social media links or whatnot?
Yeah, you can check us out on Great Dream Expeditions on Facebook. Look us up, like the page, and don't look at me like that. You scare me.
Oh, yeah, we're looking at you. Jesus, look over here. I mean,
it's already transitioning.
Check us out on Great Dream Expeditions, Vision Through the Veil, Mississippi Paranormal Research Institute, of course, our Facebook pages, Kirsten Joy, David Childers, and that is about it. Isn't that right? Unless you have something else to say.
I was that one word, or like I don't even know if that was one sentence or 25. I'm not. I don't even know.
I'll let you know in 30 minutes whenever I figure it out.
Okay. Yeah. Gray Dream Expeditions, Vision Through the Veil, Mississippi Paranormal Research Society. Yours is long. Really long. Like, yours is really long.
I mean, for a second, I thought you didn't even know Great Dream Expeditions for a second because you started thinking about it.
That's it.
Don't do
That's
that.
where we are.
Serve me.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And hopefully we will have you on again soon.
Yes.
So
we'll have more good times.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of Studio 6 Paranormal Podcast. And we will see you next week.
Thank you.